Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. What should we intend to sacrifice for Qurban?
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. The only thing that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is asking from us, as Shaykh Maulana and Shaykh Effendi is saying, is a golden heart, Qalbu Salim, the heart. Now that we're not worshipping idols, physical idols, that is there, no more. It's done, it's finished, it's destroyed. Now, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is saying, the heart that I have for you, it is more sacred, it is more special to me, more valuable to me than the physical Kaaba that is there. Physical Kaaba, Allah is not saying, I'm there, sitting. But Allah is saying in so many ayats by prophets' sayings, Sahabis and saints' sayings, your heart, that is the throne of Allah. But what is there in our heart, if it is other than Allah, that needs to be sacrificed. That needs to be cut. That's the first step. There are different sacrifices that you want to make. Why is Allah demanding a sacrifice? Is He needing it for Himself? Is He saying, I need that meat, I need that chicken, I need this and that? Allah is above all need. He doesn't need it. In different kinds of understanding, they say, I can bribe Allah. I want to do something, I'm going to cut one bull so I can do something wrong. They're bribing Allah. Or I'm going to give money, or I'm going to... Then that's okay, I can do whatever I want, but because I bribe Allah with this sacrifice, then I can do... No, in Islam it is completely different. You cannot run away from that. You cannot bribe Allah. Allah is not in need of anything. Allah is not even in need of our worship or our remembrance. His own remembrance of Himself is greater than everything else. Why is Allah then saying sacrifice? What is that sacrifice for? That sacrifice, it is to come back to our own reality, the way that He has created us, to be Khalifatullah, to be the ones who are carrying that responsibility. And if we are putting other things in there that stops us from carrying that responsibility, He says, no, finish all of that. Put it out. Cut it. That animal that we're going to cut on the Qurban, the spiritual meaning is very, very far away from the physical meaning of that. It is not only cutting of the ego, but cutting everything else, cutting off everything else, except for Allah. You cannot say Ibrahim alayhi salam and Ismail alayhi salam. The tradition that we are taking, that even their nations, they are forgotten and they don't do. You cannot say they did it and they cut their ego. No. Ibrahim alayhi salam was given the command to cut Ismail alayhi salam, his most beloved one. And Ismail alayhi salam, trusting in Allah. And Ismail alayhi salam saying to his father, who is making the bigger sacrifice? You cutting me or me losing my life? Who is making the bigger sacrifice? Ibrahim alayhi salam said, it's me, because I love you so much. You may not understand that love as a father to a son, because you are not a father. But Ismail alayhi salam said, no, I only have one life to give. And I'm giving that up willingly for the sake of Allah. But you may have more sons after me. And Ibrahim alayhi salam did. And those ones, they may cover the pain, but I have nothing else. Now that sacrifice now, it is not just sacrificing the false idols, cleaning, and sacrificing your ego. We are looking at the example of Hazrat Ibrahim alayhi salam. It is sacrificing everything for the sake of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And that is a very difficult and is a very high form of sacrifice. But like what I said before, moving from fitra, from Ramadan that burns all our sins, makes us clean. You enter into celebration of fitr, of innocence, of cleanliness, but 70 days later, you're supposed to sacrifice. That even that innocence now, that purity now, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is saying, now, come back to me. Don't separate yourself from me. Come back to me. That now, when you say, Labbaik Allah, here I am. You come to me. Leave everything behind. You come to me with only a piece of cloth that is going to represent your ihram, your coffin. Your ihram is your coffin, the white cloth. Your death, that in reality now, nothing else exists except for me. And so Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is looking for those ones that He has said, I have created you for myself. And you I have created to come back to me, not for anything else. And those ones at that maqam of Ibrahim alayhi salam, oh, what difficulty they went through in this life. And they're not even looking to see to the paradise that they're going to earn. They want to go back to their Lord. Don't you see? Holy Prophet ﷺ is saying, I want to be with my Lord now. Then later, I may go to Jannat. This is the difference now. As majority is saying, I want to go to Jannat, I want to go to Jannat. But those ones that loves Allah and Allah loves them, they're saying, no, I just want you. Oh, the sacrifice you have to make to come to that level, we cannot even imagine. And if we sit and think a little bit, we say we cannot qualify. And those ones who had that kind of faith, they're going to say what amazing creatures they are. We are following those ones, inshallah. May Allah accept our weak service. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah.